Yeah. Yeah, dude. Damn. That's a good record. That's a good record, man. So I brought the dogs on a walk today, and I brought my in-ear monitors, which I use for, gigs and stuff like that, because they're kind of balanced. And I was, this is the first record in this project where I review all the Rush albums where it didn't feel like homework. I really enjoyed the whole thing. The overture, the first 20 minutes is like this long track. And I think Rush gets better at making their epic songs more musically interesting, but there's definitely some stuff in there. I would say the chords, the hits are on a basic level, but what is interesting is like they'll have like a faster part and a slower part, and then the faster part kind of comes back, like those melodies or those parts come back, and they kind of come out of nowhere, and it's so meticulous, and it's really, really good. But then, as you saw me bobbing my head at the beginning of the video, 15 minutes in, I don't know why they do this. They have these 20-minute songs, and 15 minutes in, all of a sudden, it's like, fuck yeah. Bum, 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 bum. It's, man, and I was bobbing my head on the walk, and I was thinking to myself, and I said to my dogs, they didn't care. I said, man, this is the first time I made faces and bobbed my head to anything I've heard so far. And I know a lot of the future records will make me do that. But the first three, I don't have a lot. It's kind of like, or like, oh, that's good. But it's not like those involuntary faces when someone plays something funky or something really cool. I didn't have a lot of those until 2112. And it's kind of a cheat because I sort of grew up on this record. But I haven't heard it a lot since 7th grade when I listened to it a lot. The second song, Passage to Bangkok, is really interesting. It starts with what in 2026 we would consider to be like a racist melody. I personally don't think that was their intention back in 76, but it's a melody that Hollywood, I think, used in, I don't know what era, like early Hollywood, to portray Asian people that we now consider to be a racist melody. But I don't know. Besides that, the song is really cool. It is apparently about weed and about going to different countries to find the best weed. And so it's very funny. And I didn't realize that until about, partway through the song, and I Googled it, and I was like, oh, this is a song about going to Afghanistan, the smoke rings of Afghanistan. I'm like, the oil something of Lebanon. I was like, sounds like it could be weed, and it was weed. These little hippie stoner guys. What I think is cool about Rush is they're like little hippie stoner nerd kids, but like the music doesn't reflect that because it's so calculated and meticulous, and like it takes a lot of technique. So I feel like you couldn't get too high and play a Rush gig, but maybe they were. I don't know. Twilight Zone was really cool. Lessons was really, really cool. Tears blew me away. Tears is the kind of song I would have skipped or just not paid attention to back when I first heard this album. And I'm like, did I ever really, really hear this song? I'm not sure. And I was just blown away by it. Tears is so good. Didn't bring me to tears, but it was close. There was some like beautiful chord thing that I was like, what is that chord? And that's what I want out of a Rush album. I don't need it to be Steely Dan where I'm like, what is, and like literally every chord that happens, what's that chord? What's that chord? That's exhausting. I love Steely Dan, but that's exhausting. I like these moments where you're like, oh shit, I got to go home and transcribe that little part later. And then there's a lot of parts that you can easily figure out. I think that's cool as a musician. Last track was cool. It wasn't as memorable, but I really liked it. But man, this is a good album. It's a really, really good album.